More local news now. Relaxed restrictions on testing for COVID-19 in the Ozarks will lead the way in making decisions on future response. That's what health and community leaders told our Bailey Stroll today as she sought to find out how more testing data can be used to stop the spread. Bailey.
That's right, Heather. Private labs like Dynamic DNA in Springfield are partially what has made the lessened restrictions possible. Doctors are now able to refer patients to get tested if they have just one symptom of COVID-19, while Dynamic DNA says they are ready to take on more. The CEO of Cox Health says there are some hurdles that are still holding us back.
The laboratories are up and running, have pretty good capacity, but they still have limited what we're calling test kits, so like the viral transport media, that sort of thing. That's what's limiting us. The labs can produce now, but we don't have enough of the supplies to do that.
Steve Edwards says despite more people being open to testing for COVID-19, doctors are still having to prioritize other patients over the younger or those with less symptoms.
We are prioritizing those more acute patients. We're prioritizing any patient in the hospital, and we're prioritizing healthcare workers because they're our defense mechanism.
Private lab Dynamic DNA in Springfield is supplying kits to Mercy, Citizens Memorial Hospital, and Jordan Valley Health Center. CEO Austin O'Reilly says those kits are being supplied for $100 each.
We have the ability to run over 500 tests or patients in one day. In the last couple of weeks since we've begun testing, we are averaging somewhere between 30 and 50, I would say.
And together, that data can be used to track where the virus is spreading and how to contain it.
After that happens is when we can start assessing the data and actually analyzing it and figuring out how this thing's moving around, population densities of areas of effect.
In the hospital, it's really important because if we have a patient that might be symptomatic, we are waiting until we get that result back, and meanwhile we're using all the PPEs and all the protective equipment, which is scarcity. So that's important. And then it also helps our employees stay safer to know who has it and who doesn't. So it's fundamental to mitigating any kind of pandemic like this.
And the health department says with more testing now available, it is more important now than ever to schedule a virtual visit with a doctor and get a referral to be tested if you are showing any symptoms of COVID-19.